Business News Now with Charles Pellegrin. Charles, you're taking a look at France's young tech entrepreneur.
That's right. The 23rd edition of the Ivy Tech Prize has been awarded this year to François Vonthron, the CEO and co-founder of Poppins. This is an app that was designed to help children with dyslexia by using a video game format, with one independent study showing significant progress for users in both reading precision and speed. There are 1.3 million children in France who struggle with dyslexia, and that's about 8% of all kids between 5 and 15 years old. François Vonthron is with us on set. Thank you so much for joining us on France 24, and congratulations on getting that prize to begin with.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
Of course. So just to begin with, what was behind the creation of this app back in October 2017? What's the origin story?
The origin story is research mainly to understand what is the link between music, rhythm, and cognitive development in kids having learning disorders. And actually, the ability to get into a rhythm and the ability to get into that is really linked to the ability for a kid to process sounds and then moving to read. So we spent the last 7 years doing clinical research on that with Latimon in Marseille, Pitié-Salpêtrière in Paris, but also Harvard University, Boston University, Children's Hospital Los Angeles, and all of them, we were building rhythmic protocols to train kids with dyslexia to enter into reading.
Okay, so you mentioned that you designed this app with the help of many medical professionals, and this is also the result of the fact that the app was designed as well to respond to difficulties that kids with dyslexia have to actually get the care they need, because there aren't enough speech therapists compared to the number of people with reading difficulties.
Definitely. We have amazing professionals on the ground, but we do lack so much speech language pathologists and reading specialists. The average waiting time is 18 months, which is a lot of time for those kids. And even though kids need to have almost like a daily training. So that's what the app is for, providing an early intervention and having a treatment kind of in between two sessions.
Another element here that many parents will be thinking of when they look at this app, which uses touch screens and a lot of screen time, how do you tackle that issue of controlling screen time for kids?
So we're talking about kids having 6 to 14 years old, and we have benchmark in terms of screen time. And in Poppins, you can't play more than 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, it just locked, and the kids can go do something outdoor.
Okay, and how do you teamed up with Ubisoft to create the video game format for the app? How do you sort of balance both the medical and sort of like therapeutic needs to help with reading difficulties, and also just the fun element of playing a video game?
Sure, because you can have the most efficient medical device. It's a medical device, by the way. It's an app, but a medical device at the same time. But if the patient, and a young patient, does not use it, that's useless. So we've been selected and part of the Ubisoft Entrepreneurs Lab a couple of years ago, and they really helped us with mentoring to help building a real video game to make so that the kid is engaged into the therapy.
Mm-hmm. You've also chosen a subscription model for Poppins. 180 euros for a 6-month subscription. Why did you choose that model?
So it's a subscription model in terms of it's kind of a digital therapy, and so the kids need to be engaged for a long period of time, at least 3 months. So the parents can either go directly to poppins.io and get a subscription for at least 3 months, but they can also be paid back by their insurance company or their healthcare plan. And that's a model in which we built so many clinical evidence that already a dozen of healthcare insurance can pay for that, and hopefully more will come.
Is there a chance that there will be coverage from French universal healthcare?
We are working on that at the moment, and we're building the application to be part of that system, sure.
Okay. And 7 years on, you said it, what's your major point of pride in developing Poppins?
I do think that's the clinical development, because we deserve to build like a link of trust with the families. And for the past 7 years, we built several clinical studies with 6,000 kids, and the most beautiful, getting to me, methodology was a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled study, which is the highest standards in terms of methodology. And we are very proud to see significant effect in terms of reading accuracy and reading speed, and making sure that the product that we provide to the patient is really useful to them.
François Vonthron, you're the CEO and co-founder of Poppins and the winner of this year's Ivy Tech Prize for Young Entrepreneur of the Year. You were born in 1994, for those of you who are interested in that information. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
And that's it for the business so far.
All right, thank you very much, Charles.